Hello. We heard a lot about people who are missing in somewhere. But today we have a topic of a man went missing in Alaska for weeks before researchers spot strangling clue in the snow. As always, subscribe, like this video and share it. Q teams. Don't hold out a lot of hope when someone goes missing in icy Alaska forest. Few outcomes look promising. Did he freeze to death? Was he attacked by a bear? Each possibility is worse than the former. So when a diligent team of Alaska State Troopers received call about a missing person, Tyson Steele, they knew the odds of a successful mission were low. A certain clue seen in the snow, however, convinced rescue workers he may not be lost forever. When the family and friends of 30 years, Tyson still heard nothing from him in weeks, their minds started imagining the worst. It wasn't like him to ignore the people in his life. This was all too odd. They asked authorities for a welfare check to ease their minds. Alaska State Troopers checked his secluded Alaskan cabin, his nearest neighbor being 20 miles away, but no one was there. Tyson lived alone in his remote Saucita Valley cabin since he purchased it from a Vietnam War veteran in September 2019. The endeavor's only company was his 6 years old chocolate Labrador, Philadelphia. Miles and miles of forests, hills, rivers, and lakes separated him from the road system. Read a report from the Alaska State Troopers. That was how Tyson liked it, away from the world, and that's why no one witnessed his terrifying ordeal. Tyson's nightmare began when he awoke in the middle of the night. He felt strangely chilly. He got up and folded his nearly ancient wood stuff with a giant piece of cardboard before hopping back into bed. This was a mistake. The hasty move sent a spark through his chimney, which then fell into the cabin's roof. All while Tyson was fast asleep, he didn't wake up for some time. Hours later, he rose, cold again, to the sound of blazing drips of plastic coming through the roof above him. He rushed outside, only to witness a horrific sight. Tyson reached a panic mode. His roof was up in flames. Tyson looked down to his feet, stuffed in boots, short of socks, along with a pair of long johns or under a wool sweater. He realized he had to act fast to grab more clothes and whatever else he could find before they turned into ash. He ran inside the burning cabin, grabbing whatever was sitting on his bed, which included heavy coats and sleeping bags. He had no time to think. As each second went by, the flames slowed more and more of Tyson's life. After hurriedly extending the cabin, Tyson called for Phil, who was somewhere inside. Tyson saw Phil leap off the bed, thinking of a furry lab work would make it out of their fairy cabin. Tyson then ran to the other side of the cabin to fetch his wolf, which is when he heard howling. Tyson's heart snapped. His beloved dog was caught in the flames, and there was nothing he could do but scream. He let out a visual screech, nearly tearing his vocal cords. Tyson flooded with heavy snow. He started as all of his belongings, including his bolts, were completely engulfed by flames. The fire then reached Tyson's stored oils and grease tank. Soon, explosions went off here and there. In a fit of hysteria, Tyson did whatever he could to put the flames out, throwing snow at it like a madman. He worked to put it out until the sun finally rose. He eventually went through the remains of his life to see what he could salvage. He had no working phone and no car. It was merely surviving in the foresty woods. Tyson counted up whatever cans were salvageable, concluding he had experimentally 2 cans a day for 30 days on rations. The aggressive flames spewed open cans of food, and partially metal jars of peanuts butter. Everything tasted like black smoke. But Tyson was in no position to get picky. For the first 2 nights, he slept in a snow cave, which provided little warmth. He practically shoved himself to sleep. After Tyson could no longer take their icy snow cave, he built a tent-like shelter out of turps and remains of a lamp around his wood stove. The same device that took all of his belongings and his beloved dog. Tyson realized it was time to redirect his focus on getting rescued. He thumbed giant letters in the snow, filling his tracks with black ashes to make them visible for an aerial view. He repeated his tedious process several times as snow continues to fall. After spelling out SOS, he spent days chiseling a path in the snow to a lake near his property where planes could land. He was terrified but hopeful that help was on its way. Eventually, after 3 grueling weeks enduring Alaska's harsh temperatures, Tyson looked up to see a helicopter circling above. He frequently waved his arms at the aircraft and soon felt a wave of relief. As Tyson sat at the Alaska State Reporter Artifact section hangar at Lake Hood, a cup of hot coffee warming his hands, rescuers took notice of his ghostly appearance. His long hair was matted and damaged. His hands were rough and filthy, and his beard had grown to his chest. Really a terrifying prospect, and he just did an amazing job of thinking fast, thinking clearly, acting logically, and basically saving his life, said Ken March. One Tyson still endured a catastrophic 3 weeks in the foresty, desolate Alaskan woods near Sustina Valley. He made it out alive and likely learned a lesson or 2. He'd learned how to get by from other survivors' stories. So this is the story of today. Thank you for watching. Of course, don't forget to subscribe, like this video, and share it with all your friends. Also, follow us on Instagram and Facebook accounts. See you next episode. Goodbye.